Does the $10 Ozark trail compare to the higher price competition? Let's find out. I recently just did a video comparing the RTIC versus the Yeti Tumbler. Linked here, you want to go check it out. But today, we're going to go through the Ozark Trail, Wal-Mart's house brand. In today's comparison, I didn't want to see the Ozark versus another tumbler. I wanted to do it a little differently. And what I like to call Ozark versus Yeti versus RTIC versus Traditional Plastic Tumbler. I hear the ocean. Versus Muscle Milk Shaky Thingy. Versus Glass Mason Jar. Woo. So I want to do this test not just inside, I want to do it in a real life situation. So I brought them outside. In fact, I brought them poolside. As you can see right here, all the cups are just poolside with direct sunlight. As you can tell, the weather outside was beautiful, not a cloud in sight, and it was a nice cool 88 degrees. I say cool because I live in Florida, and 88 might as well be sweater weather. So I let all the cups sit outside with direct sunlight, and they sat there for 5 hours, and I took temperatures along the way. After the first hour, all the cups still had ice, but the mason jar only had like a cube or two. The plastic shaker bottle was, still had a fair amount of ice, and the rest of the tumblers, the plastic tumbler and the metal tumblers, they also had pretty much all the ice to start it with. In hour 2, the glass mason jar was coming in around 74 degrees. The plastic shaker bottle was measuring in at 68 degrees. The plastic turvis was coming around 44 degrees, and all the steel tumblers were all coming in pretty much at 42 degrees. I do think it's kind of cool that the plastic tumbler is still hanging in there after 2 hours, but as advertised, they say the steel tumblers last about twice as long. So we'll see how they did in 4 hours. 4 hours later, the glass mason jar and the plastic shaker bottle were both coming in around 91 degrees. Definitely wouldn't drink these. The plastic tumbler was coming in at 68 degrees, so it's definitely starting to heat up. And all the steel tumblers are pretty much coming in at the same temperature at 43 degrees. So the Ozark is definitely hanging in there. So the test was just for 5 hours. So at the 5th hour, I went ahead and took measurements of all of them, see how they all did. The plastic ones in the glazed mason jar, they are all well over 90 degrees, so didn't do too good. In the 5th hour, all the steel tumblers lost all their ice, but they were still measuring in around 50 degrees. After 5 hours in direct sunlight, the Ozark performed the same as the Yeti and the RTIC. But being that it's only $10, that's a pretty good deal. Let's take a quick look at the Ozark Trail Tumbler. Now, one thing I noticed through the whole test, a lot of people asked, does it sweat? It definitely did not sweat. I would say the lid's very strong. I did a review on the RTIC, and the RTIC lid was it was easy to get on, a little more looser fitting, whereas the Ozark lid is definitely very, very well put on there. It's not coming off or not rattling or anything like that. And I would definitely compare it to the Yeti type of seal. The bottom, the tops, all that feels good in the hands, fits in my cup holder just fine. Overall, just good construction. After doing the test, you can see that all the stainless steel tumblers perform pretty much exactly the same. But being that the Ozark Trail Tumbler is only $10, that's a heck of a deal. But if you want to get the Yeti or RTIC, you really can't go wrong. They perform the same, and they're still fine tumblers. So, thanks again for joining me. Have a good one. Hey guys, just want to say thanks for watching. Now this channel is Central Product Reviews. I want to focus on just the products that you use in everyday life, like such as tumblers or bags you bring to the airport, even different type of plugs that we're going to be reviewing later this year. But I'd like to hear from you guys. If you want to leave a comment below about which products that you want to see reviewed. It can even be a sponge, it could be anything you want it to be. You just let me know. Thanks again, please subscribe and like, and have a good one.